Our next guest has played the lovable Kate Pearson on all 6 seasons of NBC's This Is Us.
Please welcome the lovely Chrissy Metz.
Oh, hey. Hi, y'all.
Chrissy, great to see you. Long time no see.
Mario, I follow you around.
I feel. Do you have Mario overload yet?
No. Never.
Because I feel.
Bless you.
I got when I was hosting Ellen. Chrissy was my guest.
Yes.
We just did the roast parade together. She's now here. I've had her on my radio show. I'm like, oh my God, she must hate me.
No, I love you, and I'm sorry that I'm following you around.
No, I love it. I
Okay,
love
good.
it. Do you happen to know my buddy Mark Wahlberg, who was just on?
Guys, the word in the street, my grandmother told me that we were third cousins. I need to know if anybody can figure this out, because wouldn't that be rad?
Wait, let's grab them down
I know.
the hallway. You and Mark. I think you go with first cousins. Let's
okay,
up the
okay,
game
okay.
and be like,
Yeah,
right?
I literally am like, I'm. Of course, I want to know desperately. So.
Oh my God,
That's a
this
good
is
one.
so
Yeah,
fun.
maybe we're fam. Who knows?
23andMe.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Ancestry.com. Somebody tell me. I want to know.
great.
It's so fun that you're here. I was thinking back for when you first came on, when This Is Us was just starting. How has your life changed in these 6 years?
In every single way possible. Every single way. I mean, I can buy groceries now, guys. That's always fun. But also just opportunities. Obviously, I've learned so much from, of course, my castmates, and I've had amazing opportunities like co-writing an episode.
That's huge.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And in every single way. I mean, starring in a movie and,
Singing.
all singing, my music, every single way.
Yeah, I mean, just such an impact. I can't imagine. It being the final season, any particular souvenirs you're taking?
Oh, I want the piano, y'all.
Oh.
And I think
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, you want to take a frame?
Photograph.
I was like, no, I want the piano.
You're taking a set.
Yeah, exactly. I want the whole entire stage.
Of all the cast, who is going to be the one that'll be good at keeping in touch with everybody? There's always one.
Gosh, I think Mandy's really good at that. She is. She's, I don't know if it's because she's Mama
mom.
Bear. Right, exactly. But I think all of us really genuinely like each other, so I'm hoping that we'll all do it. But probably Mandy.
There's always one ringleader that's really good at organizing stuff in the group
Quarterbacks it.
text with the funny name on it and all
true.
that.
That's true.
Mandy.
Yeah, probably Mandy.
Your character had a lot of romance.
She
in
did.
this journey
Don't
here.
we love that?
Yeah, a lot of loving. How did the fans react when you left Toby?
Okay, let's be clear. She didn't leave Toby. Okay?
Yes, she did. Good.
Things have transpired in which led them both to decide that they had to choose themselves.
Sure.
As opposed
It
to
was a conscious uncoupling.
Yes. A mutual, respectful, conscious uncoupling.
Very well. So you left Toby.
So she gone. No, honestly. Well, one person I'll never forget. They were like, I'm going to sue NBC. This is ridiculous. I was like, what you going to do? You going to talk to the writers?
Don't hold me accountable.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
upset because we loved y'all together. It was such a great
was
love
you?
story. It was me. And I just, the whole thing, but there was something about you and Toby.
I know.
Are fans going to be okay with the ending? Nobody likes when a show like this ends anyway. No one's going to be happy with the ending.
I think there will be a lot of contentment, contrary to popular belief and what we know now. But I promise you, come the end of the series, you will definitely be happy.
We'll have some closure. Okay.
Yes.
You mentioned that you got to co-write an episode. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
A lot of personal stuff in there, or what was
Yeah, I mean, I pulled from, a bunch of the writers. They always sort of pull from their real life. And obviously, if you've read my book, you know that I was married and I obviously divorced. And I love my ex-husband desperately. Like, he's literally an angel. But I know that we weren't forever people. And so that's sort of similar to Kate and Toby, where like they love each other, but they just know that they're just not meant to be together forever.
But can't they be? Could we just...
In our hearts and in our minds.
I mean, I just love this journey right here. What about music in your future?
Yes, indeed. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to actually finish my album. I'm doing a performance at the CMA Fest here in the summer.
Oh, nice.
And hopefully doing some tour dates back in Nashville. So yeah, I'm excited.
You know, one of my favorite stories is that you were an agent at one point. You
Y'all,
worked with an agency.
For one point, for 9 years.
Oh, wow, for a long time. That was a
Yeah.
long point.
Wait,
For the long
You
point.
were a casting agent, so you would
No,
oh, no.
No, I worked I represented
Talent
people for like commercials and TV and film.
Yeah.
Started with TV and film.
Okay, wait, were you good?
I think so.
Well, 9 years.
I'm
9
saying,
years?
like, no,
I got
but
promoted.
it's a hard job.
It's a very hard job.
Any roles that you would then want to go out for? Were you in your mind thinking, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to stay on this side of the business?
My manager at the time was like, your agent wants an assistant. I was like, that's great. And she's like, no, you're going to do it. And I'm like, what? I came from Florida to like be an actress. And she's like, you haven't really had auditions. Like, what are you going to do to stay here? And I'm like, get a job. So I essentially just parlayed that into, like, I was always rooting for the underdog. So I'd love to go to the showcases and find, you know, new acts. I was obviously on Ariana Grande's team and Dove Cameron and, you know, like really great budding.
So you were really good at your job.
I love people and I want to see them succeed. And if it's something that you want to do,
sure,
you know, and I wanted to have my finger on the pulse some way. But at the same time, it was like watching your boyfriend take another woman out every day. I was like, they're going to my favorite restaurant at my favorite table.
Such a good analogy. With This Is Us, did you have to use anything you learned from being an agent to help get this part, or was it immediate?
Do you know, honestly, it was not immediate. I tested twice, and there were several other amazing girls. And I wrote a letter, and I said, and it's in my book that, and I just said, and
to who, casting or
to executives and the casting directors, and I just said, I know you guys are going to find the right person, but I'm going to tell you why I'm right for this role. I know what it's like to be the second fiddle, to be behind a desk, and to know what you know, and that's pretty much what Kate did with Kevin. And I said, I really am Kate. Like it's not a far stretch. And so they even talked about it. We had dinner after the Critics' Choice, and they were like, "Oh my God, that letter meant so much to us." So sometimes taking the extra effort, guys.
You know what, Chrissy? That's a great story, and I'll tell you why. Because there are no rules.
Right.
There are no rules. So you went above and beyond, and I bet that's great.
I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out hard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, no, every actor I know is getting their letter like.
I know, like,
yeah.
And
So,
dear
yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Emails.
May concern. Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope so. I hope it works.
And American Idol.
Y'all,
tell us.
Let me say something right now.
What season was this?
This was. Oh,
who were the judges?
It was still Randy.
Oh, you were back in the good.
It was back in the. I know.
That's when it was really, because that's the OG when everybody was watching this.
And I'll never forget it was my ex-husband Marty and I. We went to San Diego, the Charger Stadium at the time, and I got 3rd-degree sunburn because we were out there for 9 hours. People don't tell you all about the waiting around and. I literally, finally, you go like 5 rows of 5 people in a tent. There's like 20 tents. You get to sing for 10 seconds. And I was like, oh my gosh. And the people that went before me were really good. And I was like, oh, how am I going to stick out? Like, great. And then I sang and they're like, well, thank you so much. It's just not going to be any of you guys this year. And I was like, hold on, please. What are you talking about? I'm like, let me sing again. And there was 2 women next to the same tent. And they were like, who are you? What are you doing? And I was like, oh, nothing. And they were like, come sing for us. And sure enough, they gave me the gold ticket to go to like the 3rd round. So
did that get on TV? You know,
that didn't get on TV.
That should have been. That's the story. I like when they follow like one person.
But you know, I didn't want the drama. I was just like, if you guys don't think I'm a great singer, that's fine. And I think Nigel, I forget if it was Nigel Lithgow or. Yeah. I forget which one, but he was like, you don't know how good your voice is yet. And I was like, well, I'll take that backhanded compliment and I'll walk right on out the door. And they were trying to like rile me up for good TV. And I was like, oh, I can make some good TV, but it's not going to be this time. And I was like, I just walked out.
Have you heard from them?
Since,
no, not at all. See, guys, so many stories.
Yeah.
So many stories.
Yeah.
Well, gotta keep checking. It worked out.
Well, what's next for the 2 of you? Since we got
Mario, what do you want to do next?
I thought we were going on the road. That's what I was told. Like, we're going on the road.
We're going on the road.
Yeah, and try the veal.
Guys, Chrissy Metz, everybody, one of our favorites. You can watch This Is Us Tuesday nights at 9 on NBC.
Yeah.
And up next, the Secret Service arrested a Home Depot worker for allegedly using play money to steal nearly $400,000. Pretty incredible story. Coming up next.
Chrissy, stick around. And somebody find Wahlberg. Find your cousin.
Marky, what's up?